Some say the world held its breath so we could catch ours. Maybe it's so it could catch us holding our breath, examining the depths of our collective breathing to see who's gasping, who's asking, and who is holding oxygen for ransom. What is this air made of? The kind that takes love and makes it beg for itself back. A place where the illusion of lack is hovering quietly over hoarded abundance, where we are told there is not enough, but really it's organized suffering when you become fluent in running and survival, as some of us do. Those of us who came here with back home on our backs because we only had one carry on, but would carry on to a land where we would have to sit through corporate training icebreaker questions like, if there was a fire and you could only take one thing, you don't answer, but your silence says, I took everything I could to nothing I knew until nothing became everything, because what do you pluck from a fire that you started to leave a war? You landed a generation ago still holding your breath, still holding a check just long enough for the next, still holding community through the tears and the debt, the fears and the stress, the racial profiling turned knees to the neck, the black box IG solidarities like screens could protect went away and like a month smoke screen to neglect. When the pandemic swept, exposing the rest, like who had the privilege to take a breath, to retreat and take time for themselves, and who was discarded from our memories and care, tied to a cell, who had to work through short breath knowing rest wasn't an option, no possible hospital visit because they put limits on dignity when the purpose of the visit is to produce endlessly. I'm talking migrant workers that went from holed up in hotels to cemeteries. The dissymmetry in this bigotry is that one crisis held a mirror to all the insidious ones below the surface. It's not 2020 that's horrible, it's centuries of horrors unearthing while we catch our breaths to face what was lurking, pulling the curtain back and putting ourselves back together through the searching, to decolonize and realign to our purpose. I still believe there's more light than darkness, more compassion than heartless, more life and lightheartedness to take part in, so we can't pardon the resistance because it's to fight with everything in us for everything in us. It's love affirming itself through us to bring us to us. It's knowing liberation is like breathing. We can't do it if the environment has no O2 in it, or if it has no you in it, or no truth in it, or accountability for the ruthlessness of exploitation. Seeking liberation is both hitting pavement and hitting the pages, part protest, part poem, like holding our own through holding on, then holding each other for the long run, like when they made cuts to you and yours before you made the cut to serve. Community economics is upon us. A pandemic is not a reset to time. It's a magnifying glass to crimes against the vulnerable. The unraveling social fabric that was never sewn or sewable, just tattered threads gathering and fed through a broken machine, telling us to dream a dream, then feeding us a nightmare of inequity soaked in regime, then cloaked in pleasantries. The wolf shows its teeth, but the fox disguises its tendency, so better deal with the wolf. When it comes to the exhale, better make it loud so they know we were here, so they can trace our breath in the winter, so they know just how cold it got out here. A different kind of contact tracing, like tracing what's been erased by following what is left. A bunch of breaths, some gasping, some asking, some seeing behind the masks that we don as we pass them, because there are still some that say the world held its breath so we could catch ours, but we know better.